They say winning ain't everything. Well, we don't have them type conversations over here, man. Had that conversation with the losers. We trying to win at everything we do. Even in the loss, we don't see defeat. We see a lesson learned. Straight up. Look, I came into this world in 1978. The doc looked me in my face and knew I was something great. 45, 42 Prescott, that's where I'm from. Grew up in the slums around dope dealers and bums. As humble as I was, I adapted to my habitat. In my own lane though, far from where they crashing at. Dumb bar graduate, the game I'd have mastered it. Served in the Navy, look, y'all don't know the half of it. Pops passed in 01, moms passed last year. I know they up in heaven smiling down, crying mad tears, cause they son making it. No telling where I'm taking it. My city been cursed, but I feel that I'm breaking it. Coached at Wayne High in 15 in one state. Seen the fork in the road and went straight. I know what I'm worth. I'm OG King CURT, Brooklyn Nets gaming crew legend. Let's work.
Hey, welcome to the OG 2 Cents podcast. I'm your host, OG King CURT. Want to thank each and every one of you who continue to tune in each and every week. We truly appreciate it. Make sure if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, give us a 5-star rating. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share it. Links will be in the description for all available streaming platforms. Let's continue to stand against any forms of social injustice and racism. Also, this episode is brought to you by Zenni Blocks. Make sure to armor your eyes with Zenni Blocks virtual clear blue blockers. It's important to protect your eyes from the harmful blue light from your digital screens, so you have less eye strain, and that makes for better sleep and performance. Check them out at zenni.com/gaming or follow them at Zenni Gaming on Twitter and Instagram. This episode 73, All-Star Weekend in Brooklyn. We are going to feature some special guests on here, 6:30 and Shifty Kai, which is you'll be seeing later. Just a few topics I wanted to go over. Considering, referring to All-Star Weekend. I basically flew in on that Friday. The All-Star game was held on the September 25th. I flew in that Friday, got back acclimated, did a few things here and there. Stayed downtown at the Hampton Inn in Brooklyn, had a really nice view. Appreciated that. It was an All-Star weekend party. That Friday that I attended, met up with some good friends. I also seen a lot of, colleagues from the league, players, everything like that. Got to be reunited with LT again, Big West, Nacho was out there, Comp was out there, Nick, a ton of good people that I got to see again. So definitely had a great time with that. Black Frank White put it on. It was at Brooklyn, which is a venue that we use, that we partner with SGC. So very familiar with that. But just overall, just a really good event. A lot of content creators was in the building. It was just nice. Nice to really just see a lot of people get together, talk, chop it up, network, do a lot of different things like that. So shout out to the league for putting on a good All-Star Weekend party before the actual game. Now, on Saturday, I had a little delay, unfortunately, but I made the best of it. When we got inside the venue, it was very nice. It was at Brooklyn Steel. Still had a fairly good crowd, considering that it didn't start on time, but didn't disappoint. It was very entertaining, very well put together. I had a fun time. Got some cool all-star all-star merch and different things like that. So definitely was good. But the venue was great. I'm there, obviously to support my player, Connor Rodriguez, known as Shots. He was one of the reserves for the Eastern Conference, the Eastern All-Stars. But just to give you a quick rundown, the Western Conference swept. It was a best of three. The Western Conference All-Stars swept the Eastern Conference All-Stars. Game 1, it was 71-54. In Game 2, it was 61-58. On the Western All-Stars, you had 630, Rhea, Slaughter, Shifty Kai, Crush, and Splashy and Jomar were the reserves. And on the Eastern Conference All-Stars, you had JBM, Dave Fry, Shots, Awkward, Walnut, and Rigby. Now, the thing about that was the Shots and Vandy were reserves, but Vandy started and played both games. JBM, personal decision, decided not to play. And then also Vandy got the nod for All-Star because Chalk, made a personal decision and not playing in the game. But it was fairly entertaining. The West was pretty much dominant. The East tried to make a run at it in Game 2, but fell short. But just overall, just a great event. Had a wonderful time. Now to get to the awards, because they were announced during the All-Star game. Most valuable player was 630. I don't want to mess up his I don't want to mess up his name. I'm just gonna say 630. Defensive player of the year, just awkward. Rookie of the year, again, 630. First time it had ever been done in NBA 2K League history. Most improved player, Duck from Knicks Gaming. And also, I failed to mention, but 630 is from Pacers Gaming, and just awkward is from Wizards District Gaming. For those who are listening who are not aware of the players in the NBA 2K League. Coach of the year, none other than Patrick Carlson, P. Cross from Wizards District Gaming. Sportsman Award, it goes to Feast, who's won it multiple times. It might as well be named after him. Fan Engagement Award, Jazz Gaming, and Play of the Year, Lord Beezus, for his game winner in the 2021 playoffs. Now, the coaches, I forgot to mention that, but the coaches for the Eastern All-Stars was none other than P. Cross, and the coach for the Western All-Stars was Jelani Mitchell, known as 2K Comp Games. But continuing right along with the awards, all NBA 2K League first team, Shifty Kai, 630, Dave Fry, Just Awkward, and Rhea. All NBA 2K League second team, Splashy, JBM, Crown, Shots, Nudini. NBA 2K League all defensive team, Shifty Kai, JBM, Just Awkward, Dave Fry, and Breadwinner, LA. All rookie team, 630, Rigby, Crown, Ezzy, and Gallo. Now, some of the names that I mentioned, that I had mentioned before, Rigby's is with Hornets Gaming, and he also was an All-Star as well. Crown, he's from Hornets Venom GT. Hezzy is from Warriors Gaming Squad, and Glow is from Knicks Gaming. So just to put that out there, I didn't mention them in the beginning, just what teams they played for, but like I said, very good event. Had a good time. I was really I'm looking forward to the next one, and actually looking forward to a lot of the live events coming back too. So let's just stay excited about that, and just make sure if you got a chance to come out and support, do so. You won't regret it. In other news, on September 29th, an announcement made. I want to say Ducks Gaming. They made that they're going to make their debut in this upcoming NBA 2K League season. Very excited about that. Based out of Mexico. A sports organization that is very in tune with esports and has numerous content creators. Just overall excited about the growth. That makes 24 teams. now in the NBA 2K League. Last year we had conferences. It was off balance for this, now, but the potential of it being 12 and 12, it evens it out. But and it, you know, I just want to read some inserts from the NBA 2K League website about this wonderful organization joining the NBA 2K League. Um, as an organization established in Europe, it is a true honor to now become the first NBA 2K League team in Latin America, says Dix Gaming Chief Executive Officer Mario Fernandez. We can't wait to work with Brandon and the entire NBA 2K League team to build our fan base in Mexico and expand their audience to Latin America, and the hope that everyone, especially Spanish speakers, will join the Infinite Club. Definitely looking forward to that. I mean, the league obviously is made. I think did a great job in going about building it out from an international standpoint. Not only with the players, but just with other organizations. This is our second non-North American franchise in the NBA 2K League. So we have Gen G. So definitely looking forward to see what they do. On another note, they have their general manager uh, that was a former player in the 2K League draft pool at one point in time. Raphael TGR he's a former NBA 2K League draft spot and participant in the NBA 2K League European Invitational in 2019. He was served as their general manager. So a lot of you saying I like the trend, and I think as time goes on, you're gonna see a lot of either potential players that are prospects, come to the other side, or a lot of former players come to the other side. So I think that's going to be something to look forward to, for years to come. Now, don't forget, NSGC holds monthly tournaments at Brookland, located in Brooklyn. In this upcoming month, we have our basketball is back. $20 entry fee, minimum cash prize of $500. It's a LAN event that will be at Brookland, and that's located at 339 Trotman Street in Brooklyn, New York. And you can go to nsgc.gamersarena.com and register today, and make sure you do that. Pretty good time. They have great food. Get a chance to network and meet a lot of players in person. And then also you can check me out, and we can get a chance to talk, chop it up, and, flick it up, do whatever you want to do. But it's a great time, and it's a platform that we're building out. But definitely, it's a 1v1 tournament. So make sure just come with your game, come with your skills, and just be ready to network, and let's make a fun time out of it. But that'll be on October 23rd, but registration is open now. So make sure you do that. Now, we have, this is the first time I ever had back-to-back interviews in one episode. I had the pleasure of meeting 630 in Texas. I had met Kai before. Really had a chance to talk to him, and he very great guy. Like I said great things happen to great people, and definitely an example of that. Just in his first interview, 630. May have not been the first pick in the NBA 2K League draft in 2021, but he finished the year as the league's first ever to win both the Most Valuable Player and Rookie of the Year awards in the same season. Selected number 2 overall, the point guard led Pacers game into a franchise best 20-8 regular season record, while averaging a league-leading 34.7 points per game. Through 630's inaugural season, though 630's inaugural season didn't end the way he hoped it would. Pacers game and finished second in the Western Conference before being eliminated in the semifinals, capping a 16-win improvement for the franchise. 630's other accolades includes Player of the Week, Week 4, and a spot on the NBA 2K League All-Rookie Team and all NBA 2K League First Team. Of course, he was NBA Rookie of the Year. NBA 2K League Rookie of the Year and MVP. So, very hats off to him. Now, in the other interview, we got Shifty Kai, who also, I'm going to mention this again, but he was the All-Star Game MVP. Had a great performance, but for Shifty Kai, facing several unknowns to begin this season 4, Shifty Kai was ultimately recognized as one of the consensus top players in the NBA 2K League. Shifty Kai is Shifty Kai was selected number 5 overall in the 2020 draft by Gen G and finished his rookie campaign with a 6-10 regular season record. This past offseason, he was traded to T-Wolves Gaming, where he quickly established himself as one of the league's elite. In addition to being named the first ever All-Star MVP, Shifty Kai also earned a spot on the NBA 2K League All-Defensive Team and All-NBA 2K League First Team. He finished the season averaging 26.9 points, 6.8 assists, 2.3 steals, while shooting 67%. T-Wolves Gaming accumulated a 21-7 record and finished first place in the Western Conference standings. These are two, of our league's best. Had a great time sitting down talking with both of them. So just enjoy these interviews and see you afterwards. So 6:30, man, what's going on?
How's it going, Kurt? How's it going? Can't complain.
What's going on, man? You had a phenomenal year. Definitely, if it's any numbers that anybody will remember, it's 630. I just want talk about from the time you got drafted to the time you got in market and the season and how everything went.
So the day I got drafted, a couple of days before, I've told the story a couple of times in interviews. I kept kind of this game stuff low key. Like I lived with my grandparents. My grandparents knew I played the game, but they didn't really understand it that much. And then my mother, she didn't understand. She didn't know I played the game at all. Like she know I played, but she didn't know like the extent to it. So a couple of days before the draft, she didn't know I was getting drafted. She didn't know how good I was. And then when I told her about this whole thing, I was like, she was just like, I hope you get drafted. I hope you hear your name called. Now, obviously, I was one of the top players in the draft, but that was kind of cool. And then to get drafted by the Pacers in general, I think I had a kind of idea I was going to the Pacers, but I wasn't sure until draft day. And when I finally heard my name called, it was a surreal feeling, to be honest. And it was just a great experience. And when I got to market, I was the last person in market, so everybody just welcomed me with open arms. So it was pretty cool.
Got you. Now, obviously the Pacers have been getting a bad rap, point guard killer and everything like that, and you come in and you basically blow that stigma out the water. Talk about that in playing for Cody Perrin.
Just to go off that, I just feel like the talent they kind of missed on the draft a few years in a row. So I didn't really feel like, I knew coming in it wasn't a point guard killer. I didn't feel like if I did come to Indiana, I was like, oh, I'm going to play bad or I'm going to have a bad season. I knew whichever team I came into, I was going to have a tremendous season because that's just the confidence I have in me as a player. But yeah, I knew that wasn't a real thing. That, like you said, it was just a stigma. People were going with it, but I had no complaints for it. And then speaking on Cody, like I said during my MVP speech, like Cody is one of my favorite coaches. I wouldn't want to play for nobody else in the league. He's real hands-on. He's there for you. He supports you. He gets you what you need. And he cares about his players, and he also just cares about winning. I feel like some coaches in the league, they're like, some do care about winning, some don't care, some care about content more. It's just like, and I just feel like Cody is one of those coaches that are there for you in the moment and then in the game, and then just like outside of the game, you can go, you can talk to him, and it's a tremendous coach.
Got you. Now, before, we're going to talk about, this is the All-Star edition, but we're going to, before we get to that part of it, just give me your thoughts on the regular season and playoffs.
I have a different outlook than a lot of people have on myself on the season I had. Like, obviously, I had a tremendous season individually, MVP, Rookie of the Year, that stuff went good. But as far as tournaments go, like that's how you make your money in this league. And obviously, people know we didn't perform well in tournaments. I think we got first round and everything, and then the playoffs we had a bye and lost the first series in the playoffs. But so yeah, that's a little unfortunate. So I feel like our season for me individually it went good, but as a team overall aspect, I feel like it didn't go as we planned.
Okay, now over a week or so ago, had our first ever All-Star game. Obviously you were the participant in that. Thoughts on Brooklyn, New York, and how did you feel knowing when you first got selected to play in the All-Star game, and then talk about your experience while being at the All-Star weekend?
Well, that was actually my first ever time in New York. So like going there, the first couple of days we got there, we had like, I wouldn't say a break, but we had time to walk around, do our own thing. And it was crazy, man, seeing like all the big buildings, just like how many people are outside. The train's real loud. It's a busy city. The traffic is like no other. I thought Chicago traffic was crazy. New York traffic got it beat by far. It was crazy. I remember when I got picked up from the airport to go to the hotel, my Uber driver or chauffeur, he almost crashed like 8 times. People were beeping all over the place. I was like, oh man, this is crazy, man. He's cutting people off. I'm like, oh, this is New York for sure. And then, like you said, just getting selected in the All-Star game, I found out about I was watching the finals. I was watching the Wizards play the Jazz, and I seen a few names coming. I was like, oh, I'm pretty sure I'll get picked. And then I seen my name up there with Rigby. So it was a pretty cool feeling. And then just the All-Star game in general, man, just being around 14 of the best players in the world. There was a little cash incentive. So like everybody was there to compete and stuff. So it was definitely a fun time. And I'm definitely looking forward to doing it again.
Okay, now, you mentioned about your accolades, Rookie of the Year, MVP, just to name a few. Just talk about the feeling of when your name was called, because it was some stiff competition in the MVP race. So talk about how it felt to not only get Rookie of the Year, but get MVP as well.
This is the crazy thing. So as the awards going on, I kind of knew I won Rookie of the Year. So Rookie of the Year got announced. I was like, okay, that's out the way. And then like I'll say, right after the Rookie of the Year got announced, and I came back, Cody was there, and I was like, if Cody's here, like something as big as obviously he has to travel and stuff like that. So like, either he won Coach of the Year, Joe Mar won Most Improved, or I won MVP. So he looked at me and like he whispered something, and I couldn't really understand him. So I went over by him. He was on the little edge or whatever, and he was like, "Congratulations, you won it." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "The Rookie of the Year." He's like, "Nah, you won MVP." I was like, "Oh, that's crazy." And then like 45 seconds later, they said MVP faces game at 6:30. So just like that, yeah, obviously that was a surreal feeling. Like you said, it was a tough competition. You had yourself with Chalk in there. Chalk, like I said, I had no hate towards Chalk. He was a tremendous player, top 5 player in the league. And then like, Dave Fry, back-to-back champion, Kai, the best 2-way player in the game, Splash, led the team to the finals. So definitely wasn't an easy award to win, but I definitely feel like I deserved the award. And it was a moment I'll never forget ever, for sure.
Got you. Now, what were some of your favorite moments of this season?
Favorite moments. I stay starting off 6-0. I think we were one of the only teams to start off 6-0 or have undefeated record for the first 3 weeks or whatever. But obviously people know, like, people didn't have high expectations of us coming into the season. And I remember before the league bill dropped, there was like that retail league bill, the Young Gun, the thing that the Timberwolves created, and we were dominant on that. So everybody was like, okay, are they going to be good in the real league build, or is this a fluke? Is 6:30 really this good? So to come out on the actual league build and start off 6-0, and I think for our 6-0 game, we played the Kings, and obviously in the beginning of the few weeks, everybody had the Kings as going to the title, making it deep, had one of the top teams in the league. So start off 6-0 and beat the Kings, and that was just our moment. Like, okay, like we're here, and like regardless of whatever the league says, like we know how good we are, and this can be a special season. So I feel like that was one of the best moments. And my second favorite moment of the season was the last season, the regular season game of the year versus the Pistons when I had 65. Just like the aura in the room, everybody was having fun, everybody was jumping up and down, everybody was happy for one another. Randall got in, he got to play. And before that game started, because we needed the first game to clinch the bye in the playoffs. So once we got that game out the way, we're like, okay, we're gonna have fun. And I told the team, like, either I'm gonna sit out and I'm gonna let Randall play point guard, or switch, whoever wants to play point guard, you guys can go ahead. Or I'm gonna go like for my MVP case, I'm gonna make sure this is my last game of the regular season. Like, people are gonna feel this game. And they're like, nah, bro, like go out there, do your thing. I was like, okay. He's like, am I gonna rack up assists? I'm gonna rack up points. So like at that point, I knew I was leading scorer in the league. So I was like, I'm gonna just try to get as many points as I want. And I was aiming for 80 before the game started. I said I want 80. I told everybody I want 80. And I had like 45 at halftime. So I was like, all right, this is going pretty good. This is going pretty good. And just that whole thing, the end with 65, to know we clinched the bye in the playoffs, know that we're going to the playoffs as the top seed, the top team. And like I said, just energy in the room. Everybody's jumping up and down, happy for one another. It was just a fun time, for sure.
Got you. Now, of course, it's the off season.
Yeah.
What are you doing? At this very moment. I mean, you came off a long season, made the playoffs, flew out to Dallas, and also you made All-Stars, flew out to Brooklyn. I mean, it's kind of been like no break for you. So,
nah, definitely.
How's your off season going?
Right now it's going good. Like you said, I had a long season, tiring season. I'll be honest, people don't know that in the league. Like it's a real job. It's not a game no more. Like you loading in, you got to be here at a specific time. You either in, you out, and it's just like everything's a schedule. And just like you said, I'm ready. Like right now, I'm in a phase where I'm trying to chill and relax for a little bit. Like you said, I played the game for 6-7 months straight for 6-7 hours a day. So right now I'm kind of chilling. I am playing Prem here and there, but I'm more just trying to chill, take a little mental break, touch back in with my family. I just got home like a week ago, spend time with my mom, my grandparents who I live with, friends, and just take a little mental break from the game and then get ready to lock back in. And definitely I'm gonna start playing my team. I feel like I'm one of the best 1v1 players in the world, so I'm gonna try to showcase that in my team. So.
All right. Before you get out of here, I want everybody to hear from 630. What is some good advice that you can give to any aspiring players trying to make the NBA 2K League?
Just make your name known in the comp scene. Like join the MPBAs, join the WR, join these tourneys, and like beat the Day Fries, beat me, beat Splash, like beat Kai and Crazy, like beat all the top names, and that's how you get your name out there for the pool. And just watch other players. Like even me as an MVP in the league, there's so many times where I sat down and watched film on Splash, on Chalk, on JBM, how JBM controls the game, how Splash, how he scores so good. Vandy with his dribble moves, Dre with his dribble moves. So just watch players in the league, watch film on them, watch back games, and just take little things to them and ask them. Like you can ask me. Since I won MVP, I've been getting a lot of DMs and on Twitter and on Instagram, like, yo, how do you do this move? Or like, what's advice? Like you said, what's advice for the league? Or how do I become a better point guard? And like, you can just hit up players. You can hit up me, I'll respond. You can hit up Splash, hit up Chalk. And I just feel like that's a big stepping stone into going into the league.
Hey, you heard it here from 630. Let people know how they can follow you on social media.
You can follow me on Twitter at Xavier_630, and then on Instagram on Xavier.Barraza2. And those are the two main platforms I use. You can reach me at.
Got you. Well, thank you for coming on 630. Appreciate
it, man.
Kurt. Hey, great things happen to great people. He's a testament to that. So keep doing what you're doing, and I'll definitely be in touch.
Appreciate it, Kurt.
Shifty Kai, man, what's going on with you?
I'm good, man. How you doing, Kurt?
I'm good. Fantastic year. Team-wise, as an individual, racked up some accolades. Definitely rejuvenated yourself from last season. I just want you to talk about this season. You came over to a new team. Just talk about what that was like.
So I'll start off when I got traded. I found out I got traded. It hurt a little bit, I thought a team, that thought that was gonna be my, organization, I was gonna lead them to a championship. They drafted me. It's always good to lead the team that draft you to a championship. But got traded, and T-Wolves, they welcomed me open arms. Bear, he was like a leader right away. He just, he welcomed me once I got there. And then, we got Slaughter, Saint, and we built the team around, and it ended up going good. We won the tip-off tournament, and we were looking like a really dominant team. We ended up coming short in the playoffs, which was really hurt. But I think it was overall like solid year. It could have been better, but it was solid.
Got you. Now, not only did you have a great regular season, unfortunately came up short in the playoffs, but an all-star berth. What did it feel like when you found out that you were going to be an all-star, and then also talk about all-star weekend?
When they announced the All-Star game, I realized it was something I wanted to be a part of, and I was blessed with the opportunity to end up being a part of the first All-Star game, and it was an amazing experience. Going out playing with 13 great players. The fans. Because these are all players fans want to see. So going out to put on a show for the fans, it was amazing. Just an amazing experience.
Gotcha. Now you're from Brooklyn, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, being back home, not only playing in the All-Star game, but you racked up the All-Star game MVP. How did you feel when that was announced?
It felt good. My family was there watching. They was in the crowd, cheering me on the whole time. And, to end up winning All-Star MVP in my home city, it felt good.
Okay. Now, Nicholas Gartrell is a good friend of mine.
Mm-hmm.
What was it like playing for Nick?
It was great. He was always game planning. Even when sometimes I would forget the game plan, he'll make sure, he'll have the game plan out. And then when we're playing, he's the best coach you would want to have around. He's just energetic, always best hype man. He's always like on his toes about everything. So he's just a great coach to have around.
Got you. Now, of course, now you're known as one of the best two-way players, especially from the guard position. 2.3 steals per game. All defensive team, first team, all NBA 2K league. The best ever. Some would say. I see you say that a lot on Twitter. But what does it feel like being that dominant on both sides of the ball, and you're not even playing on a defensive build? So, like, how do you get it done?
So I pride myself on my defense. I go out there and I watch lockdowns play the way they play defense on people. I watch a lot of the way point guards play and shooting guards play. I figure out a lot of things that people want to do because the game is all about tendencies. So once you figure out what somebody wants to do, it's the same thing and you want to stop it. So that's how I get my why I would say I'm so good on defense. And then offense is just I work. This whole offseason, the offseason of 2K21, I played almost every day. I was playing pro-am 10s, and I was just every day, and I was just working and trying to become the best player, and then end up showing the season.
Got you. Now, I mean, you had a lot of good moments this year. What were some of your favorite moments, whether it was the regular season, All-Star, talk about it. Like, what were some of your best moments this year?
So I'll start off. One of my favorite moments was probably tip-off. The whole tip-off tournament. We just coming out as a team. People didn't really expect us to do that good. We was in a group with the Warriors and the Pacers. People weren't really expecting us to come out, and then we ended up coming up the group and then winning the whole tournament. So that was a good feeling, to start off the year like that. And then I would say probably the regular season game against the Pacers. I would say that's probably one of our best regular season game, either that one or the Knicks. I feel like that's when we came together well as a team. It was clicking well and everything was just moving really good. And I'll probably say that's probably one of our best moments this season.
Got you. Now, you had a dominant year, but you was playing alongside one of the best players in the game, and Barry the Beast. You guys seem to have a really great relationship. Talk about that, on the virtual court and off the virtual court.
So I'll start off with on the court. When I first got there, we started playing the league build, and one of the first things Barry was saying to me, he just kept giving me the ball. He said, "If you're gonna score, take it." And then he told me he said he feel like I can win MVP this season. And usually, for a point guard, a lot of point guards, they really want to run the show. They want to score a lot, and that stuck with me because my first few days there, and he's telling me that he wants me to win MVP or something and stuff like that. So it's I know he's unselfish, and it showed, one of the most unselfish players in the game. And then, it showed in the court. That's why I feel like me and him were so dominant, and it clicked so well. And then off the court, he's just my guy. We did everything together almost, and it showed. It translated to on the court.
Got you. Now, it's the off season. You had a long year. I mean, in between regular season, playoffs, going out to Texas, being back home. Well, actually, you was being back home in your hometown for the All-Star game, but What are you doing right now for the off season?
So first, I'm gonna just probably take a little vacation, probably for a week, and then right after that, get back in the grind. Came up short this year, so I can't take too much time off. So I'm gonna just do what I did last year, work hard, and hopefully ends up paying off this year.
Got you. Before you get out of here, I want you to give some advice to any players that are amateur players that are looking to become pro players. What advice would you give them?
My biggest advice is just never give up and always believe in yourself. Some people probably not gonna believe in you. Sometimes you're gonna want to give up on yourself. I would say to never give up on yourself, work hard, and always believe in yourself. I think that's what stuck with me. That's about it. Just if you believe in yourself, I promise it's gonna pay off. So that's what I would say.
Got you. Now let people know how they can find you on social media.
You could follow my Twitter at Shifty Kai. You can follow my Instagram at KobeNYC_, and then my YouTube. You can follow me on. You could subscribe to me at Shifty Kai.
Got you. Well, Kai, awesome. Great talent. Good overall dude for what I know. Been knowing you since the God Sent days when you first came on the scene. I'm happy for you. Keep up the great work, and I'll definitely be in touch.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Now, I want to thank everybody for tuning in to this episode. Definitely an all-star weekend in Brooklyn. Definitely had a fun, like I said, I had a fun time interviewing those guys. Make sure you stay on the lookout for, them in the future. Also, follow the NBA 2K League on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch. It's at NBA 2K League. On YouTube, youtube.com/NBA 2K League. And on Twitch, it's twitch.tv/NBA 2K League. But make sure you follow the league. It's going places, it's growing slowly but surely. But whether you're a fan, whether you're a prospect, just make sure you support the NBA 2K League. Also, follow the OG 2 Cents Podcast on social media, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, the OG 2 Cents Podcast. With the exception on Twitter, it's OG 2 Cents Podcast. But subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can catch us on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Music, almost every major streaming platform that you desire to listen. But we appreciate it. Just make sure you follow the pod. Follow myself at OG King Curt on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Appreciate it a lot. I do a lot of motivational content, different things like that. So always positive, inspiring and motivated. So make sure you check me out. Follow me on TikTok too at OG King Curt. A lot of workout videos. A lot of my motivational Monday stuff is on there. Winning Wednesday is on there. So make sure you check that out. Go to www.ogkingcurt.com. Don't know if I said too many W's on that, but make sure you check out the website. You can find out a lot about myself, the OG 2 Cents Podcast as well. So just make sure you go check that out. Subscribe to the OG King Curt YouTube channel. I'm gonna start doing. Eventually, I'm gonna start doing some content on there. So make sure you check that out before I get started. Shout out to my team, Schroeder Visuals, Cy Evermore, Box Graphics, and Matrix. Those guys make a lot of things possible for this show. So I definitely don't take them for granted. Appreciate you guys. Keep up the great work. You can catch me on EsportsXTRA. That's every Saturday and Sunday from 4 to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on a Black News channel. And that's what hosts Larry Ridley, the crew, Kelly Wells Brinkley, Brandon Bell, Derwin Royale, Antonio Williams, and a producer extraordinaire, Kevin Mamuzet. That's EsportsXTRA every Saturday and Sunday from 4 to 5 p.m. on the Black News channel. So make sure you check that out. We talk esports, traditional gaming, and culture. Fun time with the family on there. So make sure you check that out. Also, go to www.skulls.com/OG King Curt for all your OG King Curt apparel and the OG 2 Cents podcast merch as well. If you type in the code OG 15%, you'll get 15% off your order. So make sure, come and join the OG squad today and check it out. Make sure you tune in to next week's episode. And remember, if it makes sense, it's an OG 2 Cents. OG out.
Put this work in, fellas. And much, much, much love to the entire 2K community for always showing me love. Without y'all, we wouldn't be here. Yeah.